Look, let's just be honest for a second. Why does personal growth so often feel incredibly frustrating? I mean, we live in this era of nonstop hustle culture, right? We're constantly bombarded with life hacks that promise to optimize every single second of our day and deliver instant gratification. And yet, so many of us just end up feeling completely burned out. We feel stuck, constantly wondering why we aren't actually moving forward. We put in a few grueling days of hard work, look around and wonder, okay, where's my parade? If you've ever felt that kind of exhaustion, trust me, you are definitely not alone.
So welcome to today's Explainer. I am so thrilled you're here with us because we're going to unpack something truly fascinating. We're actually looking back to a 17th century samurai philosophy, and it turns out it is the ultimate antidote to our modern burnout. We're talking about a time when instant gratification literally meant just surviving a sword fight, not, going viral on the internet. We're going to dive into the teachings of Miyamoto Musashi. He was an undefeated duelist and a brilliant philosopher, and we'll see exactly how a few powerful words he wrote centuries ago can completely rewire how we approach our own personal growth today.
All right, here is a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll start with number 1, the samurai's growth mindset. Then 2, beware toxic originality. 3, surviving the unseen grind. 4, accept reality, drop resentment. And we'll wrap up with 5, the power of I will.
Okay, let's jump right into section 1, the samurai's growth mindset.
Right before he died, Musashi wrote a text called the Dokkōdō. It was essentially a list of incredibly strict precepts for walking alone in the world. And the very first precept carries this canonical translation: non-departure from the way across generations. Now, I know, on its face that might sound a bit cryptic or maybe even rigidly traditional, but seriously, don't let its minimal phrasing fool you. This one single sentence provides a massive, incredibly robust framework for learning, resilience, and personal responsibility. It is literally the bedrock of a true growth mindset.
Moving on to section 2, beware toxic originality.
One of the absolute biggest traps we fall into today is this concept of toxic originality. Basically, it's that arrogant urge to completely reinvent the wheel or skip all the boring beginner steps without taking the time to actually understand the universal laws that govern a discipline. In our huge rush to be these innovative disruptors, we totally skip the basics. But Musashi's first precept teaches the absolute, non-negotiable necessity of mastering fundamental principles before you ever even attempt to forge your own path.
It's a lot like architecture. You simply cannot build a stunning, innovative new house if you don't first understand where the load-bearing walls need to go. Successive generations have already tested these fundamental rules for us. They figured out what stands strong and what completely collapses. So your unique ideas and your personal growth really have to be built upon these solid, time-tested foundations if they are ever going to stand tall. Basically, you have to learn the shared language of the world before you can start writing your own poetry in it.
Which brings us to section 3, surviving the unseen grind.
Now, there is a really stark contrast to pay attention to here about how the world actually works. When you are doing the grueling emotional or professional work to change your life, the world tends to drop heavy responsibilities on you instantly, just like an anvil. People are going to expect you to show up, do the work, and be completely reliable right from day one. But, and this is a massive but, the actual rewards, things like opportunity, status, trust, and belonging, those arrive at an absolute snail's pace. The perks of growth take significantly longer to materialize than the burdens do. And because of that long delay, developing a true growth mindset means you just have to tolerate a lack of recognition. You have to do the heavy lifting in the dark, without any applause from the crowd. And crucially, you absolutely cannot use that lack of applause as an excuse to fall back into your